Alright, so let's see how Chloe's doing, shall we? Hello, Zara. Hey, Melkerblade. Ah, so this is the Royal Academy, full of budding flowers trembling with potential. Dude with Dode? With the passionate moisture of sweat and youthful tears. Lovely place. Instead of 10 pictures I want to take already. I'm gonna go through so much. You've completely forgotten why we're here, haven't you? But we're here to investigate the ghost issue. She has to finish school. You can't stop being at school just because you're the princess. This isn't Lion King. We're only here for a week, but you just cherish the time you spent with your friends. I believe you acted in a play, right? I heard about from Niall. Estelle was a knight. Joshua was a princess. Oh, I wish I could have gotten some pictures. Wait, what? Is this true? Ah, what tragedy. That I should miss Joshua at his most graceful and delirium. We simply must find him and have him wear such splendor again. Again. All of my memories are ruined forever. Changing gears, though. Ancient Teresa said the test period would be over soon. Went for a little early. Hi, Sieg. Please stop following me like I'm your prey. Sieg, I have no idea what you're saying, but you're welcoming me, right? How have you been? Scream. It's Chloe. I, and then she just hugs us. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You've suffered so much. I can't do anything. I can't do anything to help my friends. I'm such a wretch. Hey, Chloe. Hey. How'd you care so much? I'm sure Josh would feel the same way. I'm just happy to see you again. Me too. Thank Ideas we were able to meet again. Good grief, you two are dramatic even off stage. Hey, Stell. I think we saw each other last at the birthday celebration, right? Hey, Jill. Yeah, that's about right. And Hans, too. Hello. Hi, everyone. Love to chat, but I think we need to put that aside for a minute. You guys are in business, right? The Dean wants to see you. Yes, push-ups. Don't join the Marines. Unless you like shooting your own civilians. You suspect this white shadow is originating from the Academy grounds? Yes, sir. Seems like it is. The Guild would like permission to investigate the Academy grounds, sir. We have permission to investigate the Academy grounds. Certainly. Given the circumstances, I would ask you to investigate. Well, I have little idea what this white shadow could be. It's affecting the election, and we can't simply sit idle and let it be. Thanks, sir. So, don't you not know what the white shadow might be? No one's reported anything of the sort to me. Jill, has anyone come to the student council about such a thing? Nope, not a peep. It was exam crunch time, though. Nobody really had time to come so much as say hi. Makes sense. Huh? I think I'm lost. Here at the Royal Academy, there's periodic exams which determine if you proceed to the next grade. Yep, we've got to crunch for exams because that's the best way to ensure that you learn. What do you mean we have years and years of studies and research telling us that it's the worst way to learn? What are you talking about? I'd rather get one more formula in my head than focus on something that might be my sleep-deprived mind playing tricks on me. Are the exams really that intense? They work you students to the bone. As of today, the exams are done, speaking of sleep ideas, and people are going to be a lot more relaxed. People were going to start talking about ghost stories. Today's the day for it. There's converse to this. If rumors spread too far, it'll be hard to find the truth. To hear the stories from witnesses themselves, we must act now. Time to investigate. Sharon and I will go question the teachers. We'll hunt down the rest of the staff and interrogate them. Hans will check the records in the reference room and see if anything like this has happened around him. Understood. Estelle and Chloe will be in charge of interviewing students. Okay. Dorothy, Olivier, you two investigate on the grounds as you see fit. I trust your artist's intuition to find something. Leave it to me. Okay, everyone try to finish up your investigations by nightfall. I still don't have a theory on what this stupid thing is. I mean, my theory is it's related to the main plot, and it's not like a side thing. She wants to become a politician. Uh-oh. She was really frustrated when the election began. She kept going on about how she could have been a candidate if she was 10 years older. She could, yeah. Yeah, how often are you gonna have elections? I'm just wondering. How much do you, Jill and Hans, know about you, Chloe? I didn't even mention the ones they nicknamed you. Yes, they did. They essentially know everything. They saw through my disguise about halfway through my first year. Aside from them, only the dean knows my true identity. You seem pretty comfortable hanging out with you, and I know you're important royal stuff. Yeah, just like you. You're the best friends I have. Aww. Come on, let's go find the students. Did you see anything weird during test period should be enough without raising suspicion, right? Remember, some of the students may already be back in their dormitories. Then we will drag them out into the streets, kicking and screaming. I don't know where that accent came from, but it's still something we're doing. No rumor mongering, no gossiping. So no go on both of these rooms, no surprise there. Yes, Olivier can control ghosts. I haven't heard all the details, but Joshua's gone missing, right? He has, but don't worry. It's something he did on his own, so it's basically like him running away from home. I only spent a week with him, but we get along. Got to know a lot of things. We talked a lot of things. He could just not shut up about his life after he came to live with you, Estelle. Really? That's so embarrassing. I was such a tomboy. I mean, I guess it's still true, but... Well, I heard a lot of horror stories, I'll say that much. Thing is, I never heard a word about anything before that. One time I just kind of casually asked about what his life was like before he came to live with you. I'll never have an expression when I asked that. I'll never be able to. His eyes just sort of clouded over. It was like he's staring over a silk-long field of who knows what that only he could see. Afterwards, he just laughed it off and pretended it never happened and avoided the question. I don't know what his history, but his leaving has something to do with his early life, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. I know it. Whenever he went to bed, we'd always talk about how the day went, right? How practice was going, how delicious lunch was, that sort of thing. Remember that he got this look like he was looking at something bright and beautiful. The expression of someone looking at something they want but can't have. What that looks like. At the same time, he just sort of seemed to accept it was something he could never have. Wouldn't know what that's like. He never really lost that look the entire time he was here. It is something you can have, you giant idiot. So yeah, I know I shouldn't really get involved since I don't know you two that well, but can I ask in favor of you? Just one. You mean him again? Don't let him have that kind of expression. He is an idiot, thinking he can't have that kind of life. He's got just as much of a right to love and laugh and enjoy life as any of us do. Can you do that for me? I'll wake him up to that fact, even if I have to slap his cheeks beet red in the process. Sorry in advance, Joshua. Anyways, felt good to get off of my chest. Good luck! I'm taking beautiful pictures of the cafeteria. I got really cute shots of the seafood jelly. It's so jiggly. What is seafood jelly? Because that sounds hideous. Yeah, that's... Ugh. Strange, isn't it? was only a few months ago, and yet you can't help but reminisce. A whole lot happened after that. Our calm, serene princess Joshua left us. Now it's just us on the stage. Being no supporting cast feels strange, you know? Stay still. Can I take a small confession? Sure. I liked Joshua. I mean, you know, affectionately. I was a bit attracted to him from the moment we met. I see. I actually kind of figured. I was sort of seemed that way. The kiss scene at the end of the play, I won't deny it, it sent my heart racing. I kept apologizing quietly to you even as I threw myself into the role. I was all set to really kiss him at the end, not just pretend. Really? Not braver than I thought. Julia says I do things that make her worry. Then when Mayor Dalmore pointed the gun at you, Joshua's eyes, I have never seen his eyes so full of murderous rage. It was all because you're that important to him. That's when I gave up, because I realized I never had a chance against that. Oh, I think it might be a little too early for you to give up. Honestly, Chloe, I can't hope to compare to you. Oh, Estelle, you're so silly when it comes to this sort of thing. You really have no idea just how charming you are. And I pay you a compliment, you poke fun at me. Come on, Chloe, I was serious. But that's just it, so was I. I love that about you, your open honesty. And I think Joshua feels the same way. I guess Joshua and I are a bit alike in that sense. You know, I did notice that, kind of. He was smart, level-headed, polite. To be honest, I totally told Joshua you two would be great together because of that. Until I met everyone here, I was very lonely. I think in that sense, I was a little like Joshua before he met you. If there's a difference between us, it would be our strength. Grandmother wishes very much to name me the next queen, especially after what happened recently. I guess it would be for the best, all things considered, but if I become queen, I'll never be Chloe Rins again. I'll be Claudia von Ostlys forevermore, burdened with power and responsibility. I'll never get to hug those orphans, or talk to my friends casually, or attend class. The very idea terrifies me. I feel so pathetic not having the strength to return to that solitude when it's necessary. I still haven't given grandmother a proper answer. In that sense, Joshua is stronger than I could ever hope to be. I'm sure that he, more than anyone, didn't want to be separated from you. But even so, he disappeared so as to not involve you in what he felt was his own problem. Joshua's strong on some level, yeah. I don't think that's the kind of strength you should admire. It's the role of a queen to rule a whole country. Of course you're hesitating, it's natural. Heck, what I'd be really worried about is if you wanted it without hesitation, like Duna. Being worried and unsure about whether you'll be good and still trying anyways is why you'll be an amazing queen. Remember, monarchy's good. But Joshua, he didn't hesitate. He really thought twice. He left me, left us behind as if it was the most natural thing in the world. That's something I can't forgive him for. You're right, it is unforgivable. Almost as unforgivable as love or giving me a son. Why is it the cute ones that are the ones who don't understand a girl's feelings? I'm so glad we're friends, Chloe. I don't have many people I can open up to like this. Yeah, neither do I. Although, all we've been talking about is embarrassing things, really. Oh, please don't misunderstand me, though. I don't feel in that way about Joshua at all now. Don't worry about it, it's okay. Kind of learned the hard way that love isn't something you should try to hold back. I guess Dad would totally call us a couple of dumb kids. Thank you, Estelle. Now, to be honest, if I said I didn't have any feelings toward him, I'd be lying. But more than anything, I want to see you two happy together, and don't worry, I get it. Anyway, we spent a bit too much time with girl talk, I think. Want to get back to interviewing the students? We should. Let's try to talk to everyone before nightfall. Negative to story. No, I'm kidding. For Loner. Thank you, Loner, for providing this negative to story. Negatives to romance. Romance dares to exist. It should be destroyed. And that will go towards Fallout New Vegas, Frontline 59, and Deus Ex Revision. Honestly, that would actually be really funny. Estelle and Chloe end up hooking up. And then Joshua dies, obviously. No. Joshua dies, then they hook up. Because they've already got the connection. They've already got the shared bond. And then Joshua dies, and they comfort each other, and one thing leads to another. Sorry, I didn't mean to spoil the entire plot of the third game. Trails in the Sky 3. Joshua is dead. Yeah, that's right. They give Reen options, don't they? They wrote a default, but they definitely gave him, like, options. Trails 4, Joshua Strikes Back. From beyond the grave. Yeah, I've actually heard from people who are invested in that sort of thing that giving you romance options in Trails, or sorry, of course it's Trails, in Cold Steel actually diminishes the quality of the romances themselves, which I would believe because I've seen that happen in a lot of RPGs. Just to name one example right off the top of my head that's also a JRPG, Persona 5. If you want to have a romance in Persona 5, do it. Well, that's not what we get, though. Yeah, Dragon Quest V was actually another good example of that. It was made slightly better in the DS remake, but even that still has issues. And you'll notice almost all these examples I just mentioned have like a clear default answer, which was probably written like early on in the outlining phase. And then, oh shoot, we gotta have choices. Oh, I'd never do a story like that, Push-Ups. What would be the point of that? No. One person has to live. And now they must endure suffering forever in order to ensure that there is a living memorial. But then they discover this thing called stone. How come you never told me? I said I'd spend my vacation sightseeing across the barrel. I'm not being forced to return home now. Stay calm yourself. No, I refuse. This time I will save my peace. Tests are finally over. I was finally planning to do all the things I want to do for my vacation. So as a return ticket to the Empire, conveniently showed up on my doorstep now of all times. You've been plotting against me with Grandfather, haven't you? I truly believe it would be in your best interest to keep these complaints to yourself for now. They can only serve to make things worse. Excuse me? Excuse me? Have you forgotten your place? How dare you speak to your mistress in such a manner? Oops. Pardon this. I did try to warn you. You need something from me? Yeah, sorry to bother you, but we're in the middle of an investigation. Explain. Yeah, you know what? If you're going to have a romance option, make it between two. Just two. Even then, it doesn't always work. Because, yeah, Witcher 3, frankly, the Yennefer option is just the better option of the two. I don't mean in terms of preference. I mean in terms of the quality of the scenes that you get from it. So, what we saw would qualify as more than strange. There's a human form floating in the air. Please tell me everything you saw in as much detail as possible. I'd love to. I believe I could share enough information for the both of us. Is that acceptable, Felicity? Fine, do whatever you want. It's the night before exams. Very suddenly, Felicity said there was someone outside the window. Sort of, that's the sound of some start of some ghost story. Yeah, no kidding, easy. Yeah, it's true. Geralt is also a character regardless of us. When I peeked out the window, I saw a human form floating above the schoolhouse, just as she'd said. It spun, as if blown by the wind. Eventually, it disappeared towards the back of the schoolhouse. Then came the worst part of all. My lady, being struck with fear, climbed into my bed, and surely that part isn't relevant to the investigation. Yeah, no need to be that specific. Oh, I see. A pity, I was just getting interesting, too. Anyway, to make a long story short, a human shape appeared in the sky above the schoolhouse, spun around, and then vanished towards the back of the schoolhouse. Yep. Does that anything help? Actually, yes, thank you. Now, I was actually about to use Dragon Age Origins as an example of a game where there's more than 2 romance options, and it's decent. Notice that I don't go above decent. But I still think Origins succeeds more than, frankly, most RPGs do. I know, low bar. But, like, the... Oh, neck. Oh my god, I can't think of his freaking name. Zevran. The Zevran romance is actually pretty decent, and the Lelianid romance is decent, again, in both cases. But you are, of course, correct. It was clearly written with Morrigan and Alistair in mind. Dragon Age 2 needed more time in the oven for a dozen reasons. Romance is just one of them. Quite frankly, none of the romances were really worthwhile in Dragon Age 2, with the possible exception of Isabella. Because they were all smooshed down, right? I've actually seen all the romances in Dragon Age 2, and frankly, most of them feel like the exact same story arc. The exact same sequence of events. I am being only slightly facetious when I say that. I know that, you know, Dragon Age 2 was made in 11 months, blah, blah, blah. I get it. I do. I really, really do. But that doesn't change the fact that those romances weren't. Actually, no, I did not, Mr. Flynn. Not a big fan. Inquisition had some decent romances, and then it had some not decent romances, and... I know that sounds weird to comment on it like that, because surely that's a good thing, but... Yeah. Inquisition had a gamut of, like, some really sweet ones, and some really good ones, and then some really bad ones. You're urgently searching for the girl's dorm. Why are you looking for it? Of course I'm looking for it to safeguard the place where these maidens lay themselves to sleep, naturally. I knew I was going to go there. Oh, and after I'll be far too late once the foul hands of evil disturb their peace and put them in danger. Oh yes, incidentally, I believe you have spent some time at the academy before. Maybe you could guide me to the dorm? I'm a little busy now. Bye. I actually don't agree with that. I think Sarah's romance wasn't great. Solas's was well written, is the word choice I want to use there. Not for me at all. But, poor Dorian. I would say Dorian and Cassandra's are probably the overall best in Inquisition. Iron Bowls is still pretty valid. And, yeah, Solas, like I said, I've never been quiet about my opinion of Solas, but his romance is well written. I would agree with you, Easel. I should know. I played it at launch. Terrible mistake. You know what's really frustrating? I was actually talking to a friend of mine about this just a couple of days ago. Baldur's Gate Act 3, Baldur's Gate 3 Act 3 is pretty terrible. But it also contains 3 of my favorite quests in the entire game in it. Sure. Make me remember all that creepy stuff. haven't actually told anyone before you guys, though. I saw someone suspicious. Could you give us details? Oh, sure. I was hanging out behind the schoolhouse on my way back home, right? Therapist to children test. No one's over there, so I was walking around the rear gate. This white floating person flew past. I'm sure it looked like a person. No one could have seen her wrong. Floated off towards the rear gate. My biggest issues, Magister, were on every axis all the time. I just realized that sounds like I'm joking, but I mean that. The story stuttered hard in Act 3. And I mean stuttered, not stumbled, because there's some really good story beats in Act 3. But it stuttered. Like, it didn't know what it was doing half the time. There was no narrative pacing. There was tons of padding. And some of the side quests were really, really, really good, and some of them were really, really, really bad. Oh, if you're curious, the 3 quests in question. Will's quest, you know the one. The Gnome quest. And, obviously, the House of Hope. Those are my 3 favorite encounters, quest arcs, whatever you want to call that. And they're all in Act 3. That quest can have an interesting moment, but overall that quest arc actually kind of sucked, Lord Hermont, so no. Talk about member berries. I saw this humanoid form flying in the sky. It was on one of the exam nights. I'd stay behind the classroom to study. I noticed something move outside the window. I thought maybe the wind had picked something, so I meant to close the window. I saw this white, shadowy form floating outside. So what happened next? Unfortunately, I lost sight of it immediately. It just sort of disappeared towards the east. Towards the back of the schoolhouse. Research? And Patrick is a student of sciences. Ah. Yes, thank you for the testimony. I have seen the evil endings on YouTube, and I will never pick those. I'm glad they exist, blah, blah, blah. Moving on. I would say Asterian's quest, granted I didn't see most of it because of bugs, but I do think that Asterian's finale quest was actually alright. That's anything. Oh crap, it's late already. Back to the student council room. The James Raynor and Kerrigan romance actually works for me really well. But it's because they managed a unique, very narrow line of if they had drifted too much one way, it would be fairy tale. And if they drifted too much the other way, it would have been toxic. But instead, it just kind of makes a weird amount of sense. It's essentially a form of bonding over trauma, but I don't want to go down that rabbit hole right now. I would say the best actor in Baldur's Gate 3. What do you think about that? That's a tough one. I'll keep chewing on that. I was discounting the narrator, because, yeah. Only the school janitor saw something suspicious. The suspect seemed to disappear right outside the gate to the old schoolhouse, apparently. Yeah, teaching staff were all too busy preparing for tests. Nobody actually saw anything useful. The cafeteria lady and Fauna, the receptionist, also didn't have much to say. I was kind of afraid of that. Well, for our part, we heard some interesting stories from 3 students in particular. All of them centered around the old schoolhouse. Took 30 pictures of the student and teachers and 50 of the school scenery. How much film do you have in that courts? My efforts failed to shine. However, I did cause several beautiful kittens to flock to the siren call of my loot. So you two accomplished literally nothing. I wasn't expecting much, but come on. That'd leave me for last, I suppose. I looked over the records. Problem is, everything here is so new, there's nothing really in the way of ghost stories. Nothing remotely relevant centers around the old schoolhouse. Alright, let's go check out the old schoolhouse. It's the original Genis building. It's been around for centuries, as far as I know. The new campus finished about 20 years ago. The school moved here when the old place has been closed, and the old place has been closed off ever since. Hang on, it's closed off, but we popped in there during the festival. Yeah, some of the very dangerous monsters that have been wandering around got in after you left. We've had to leave it tightly locked and abandoned ever since. Ooh, a stone ruin dating back centuries. Strikes me as the perfect haunt for a ghost. Thanks, Sahib, for pointing that out. I really don't want to go, but it's not like we have any other leads. It's getting pretty late, though. How about we check it out tomorrow? Still, what makes now a bad time? It doesn't seem that late. Well, you see, it's almost nightfall, and it might be dangerous with monsters. It'll be a bit of a challenge during the day, so I imagine it'll be stupidly dangerous at night. Is that not the point? The truly terrifying manifests best under the light of the moon. If there's any time to grasp the true nature of our spectre, it is now. Yeah. You gotta get ghost pictures at night. It's the law or something. The law in Looney Land, maybe. Huh? Estelle, what's wrong? I don't know, I thought I saw something out the window. Sort of whitish shadow, probably just Seek. So there it is. First time we've seen it, actually. I have no idea what that is. I wasn't expecting something that looks like a person, though. Huh. Still, it's okay. It's okay. Come, breathe. Did she seriously pass out? Oh, thank goodness. You had a sweaty there, Estelle. I think I'm okay. This is the girl's dorm, right? Why am I... Wait, I saw it. I saw the white shadow right at the window. And then it... We know, honey. Calm down. So you really did see a ghost. Estelle, what did the white shadow look like? It looked like Zack Taft. It was a man dressed in old-fashioned clothes like an opera getup and wearing a mask. He danced in circles and he was glowing. He flew up to the old schoolhouse. So he does look like Zack Taft. I'm going to hazard a guess this matches the description you've heard before, right? I figured the old schoolhouse would have something to do with this. Screw it. I don't know if this is a spook or a dude with an airship in his pants or whatever. He's going to run around looking crazy and scaring people, making them faint. I'm going to beat him to a pulp once and for all. Beat him to a pulp? What exactly happened to your fear of ghosts? I was scared of ghosts because I wasn't sure if they existed or could rip my soul out or something. Now that I've seen one, I ain't afraid of no ghost. No, that's actually the dialogue. I didn't editorialize that. If I see it again, I'm going to polish my staff with its face. I'm not sure if this is courage or she's gone off the deep end. Mental torture self-destroyer? Alright, I got the key. Let's go punch the ghost in the face and then drag him back to the guild. Dorothy can come. Why? Why do I need to have a freaking escort character for this? Princess, I don't think it would be very wise for you to do something that's dangerous. The children of the orphan have just seen this, whatever it is. I simply cannot let it be. I've also been inside the old schoolhouse on a few occasions. I think I may be able to help. You certainly proved you're quite the fighter during the coup. Fine. Let's be careful. I mean, Chloe was one of my mains. I don't want to hear it. Don't use key. Honestly, the gameplay is so much better, Melkor Blade. It's great. Oh, you meant narratively. Who cares about the story in an RPG? Ugh. I spit upon story. Ugh. So this is the old schoolhouse. Permanently spooky, I think. Now we're getting somewhere. I can feel my blood begin to sing with the terror of it all. Correct, Magister, and that's probably what Shara meant by "you should stay behind." Yeah, you two sure seem terrified, all right. Oh, what's up? Estelle, on the door. There's a card? Let's see what's written on it. Oh, uninvited wanderers, welcome to my transient abode. If you do not fear the curse of 1,000 years, then hasten to join me. First curse is in the great room. A hollow flame shall guide thee. Okay, did you have to have the text explaining that the card burned away immediately after showing the card burning away? You had the animation. Why did you have the text? I've heard spontaneous combustion happens with spooky poltergeists. What a provocative little ghost we have. Time to riddle us, is he? Oh, it's on now. I'll teach him not to mess with real living people. Yes, I read the thing. Oh my god, please stop repeating the puzzle. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Damn it. So I would recommend the first Chronicles book, Mr. Floyd Pinkerton, and none of the other ones. The second curse is within the classroom. Seek the south-facing student. The text bird. Oh my god, it did. I was in the middle of making fun of it. Or they were going to have text describing what just happened, and then they actually did it. Jesus Christ, game, come on. Do you hate joy? Is that what this is? Do you hate people's sanity? I mean, they are literally bad. I'm not actually being facetious, Mr. Floyd. The first book was clearly just an attempt to try and add some lore and world building to the setting, which it actually succeeded at pretty well. The second book tried to cover more modern events and did a poor retelling of it. The third book tried to cover some of the events of WoW and did a terrible retelling of it. The fourth book was straight up nonsense and some of the worst stuff I've ever read. By the way, the fourth book, the entire fourth book, was edited by one person, and it shows. Ooh, Sepith. Hi, Mr. Red. Telling you, too many words. Now, I need you to make an 80,000 word essay based on Doom Guy. Mostly in the third and fourth books, push-ups. The fourth book was legitimately badly edited. There were actual spelling errors and notes that were left in that shouldn't have actually been in the final product. And yes, and they all have to be canon, Mr. Rip. No, it has to be 80,000 words about Doom Guy. Get to it, Mr. Red. Chop, chop. Don't do it. Yeah, it actually called the characters the players from an in-lore perspective, among other things. Actually, I believe there's a clip of that, because it was awful. Why, Mr. Red? It's three words repeated 25,000 times. The chest is as empty as my well of creativity after writing all these messages. Doom Guy shot some demons. Some demons, Doom Guy shot. Doom Guy shot. Demons were involved. Demons got in the way of Doom Guy's shot. Shots happened involving Doom Guy and demons. Demons shot Doom Guy. That didn't work out for him. Demons shot. They failed. Shots fired. Quoth the demons. Doom Guy nodded. Bragwin shot demons at Doom Guy. Don't do it, game. Don't do it. Don't do it. Now thine curse is realized. Overcome the final trial and stand before him. The card burst into flames. God, I've turned around. Okay. There's a dragon statue. Okay. In the books, Aragorn is barely a character, to be completely frank. In the movies, he is an awesome leader. The statue's been here for as long as I can remember. Apparently it's carved in the image of a dragon who used to reside in the barrow. Final boss music. Were you not listening to me earlier, Mr. Floyd Pinkerton? You really weren't. That's okay. Nobody listens to me. It's okay. I'm used to it at this point. Yeah, don't cards seem weird for a ghost? Anyways, the fourth book, which I spent the most time talking about, is the worst of them. By quite a margin. New dungeon music. Huh? What the hell is that? Yeah, by the way, all 4 Chronicle books are on stream. In the VODs, I should say. It's called a Mookie, and it has 8,000 health.
Ready? Okay.
It's a dust bunny of evil. Oh no, Mr. Red, I'm ready. 10,000 words, perfect. You're fired. I've decided to replace you with an AI bot. I was actually thinking, you know the one thing that would actually magically make corporate people realize how bad AIs are? If AIs were going after their jobs instead of ours.
Guys, come on.
Yeah, exactly, Zara. If they started feeling the same things we are, they'd be like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. We gotta stop this. Casts a bouquet away? No, Dakota's right. That's a fantasy scenario. There's no reason to fire managers. Okay, that sounds like a joke, but have you ever heard of anybody ever even suggesting the idea of actually replacing or firing managers? Because it never happens. They're never the ones who lose their jobs. Yeah, no, yeah, agreed. What Mook and Valerian both said is the same thing. It takes a lot for a manager's job to be threatened.
Someone's been naughty.
Take that!
As I say, most of the time when a manager gets fired, what that means is they just change jobs. I suppose you could argue that in general, but you know what I mean. Sometimes they change divisions, sometimes they change companies. But yeah, they just cycle around. The good old boys club.
We rule.
Wow, Chloe is way lower level than the rest of us. I suppose that makes sense. We've been training for 2 months. She's been going to school. That's a couple of pieces of cake, I think. This place is some kind of underground ruin? It seems so. The architecture is similar to buildings from the Middle Ages. I had no idea a place like this was so close to the academy. Monsters here are thick as hopper chiefs in a wine cellar. Must be the trial mentioned in the card, then. Bringing unarmed civilians in with us would have been exceptionally foolish. Hey, Dorothy? What's up? You were listening, right? It'll be very dangerous ahead, so, like, go back. Oh, but I want to get some awesome ghost pictures. Dorothy, you're an escort, and that means your job is to die to make me fail the game, so go away. Yeah, you should see the remake version of her Braveman, because her chest is much bigger there. And more visible. Oh boy, you came back to visit me. Does that mean you're my first fan? I'm honestly shocked. I actually figured we'd have to deal with her von Falkenstein. So I actually can't look at it, Mr. Ed. I'm terribly sorry. I don't have a dock reader on my phone. But I vow to look at it later. Yeah, I was gonna say, so far in my video gaming career, I think I've seen one game that actually has decent fabricating. And it was on one character, the main character. It was Ni no Kuni, if you're wondering.
We're good to go.
I don't know, Czar. And hopefully, I'll never know. A single tumbleweed rolls from one side of the chest to another.
Nicely done.
Those who don't remember Ni no Kuni, they actually managed to... So you play a character with a tail. And they somehow managed to make it so that your cape never clipped with your tail.
Piece of cake.
And still had, like, real believable physics to its animation. I actually suspect it was manually frame capped or whatever. Keyframed.
Oh, are we done already? Nicely done. Well, that takes care of that.
Yep, it's empty. Thank you very, very much, Doom David. I do appreciate it very much so. Thank you. You can put that towards up to 3 future games, by the way, not just 1, if you'd like to pick 2 more. But I will absolutely put that towards Expedition 33. A game that is apparently the bestest game ever made in the history of the ever. I've been told by a friend of mine who likes FF6 more than I do that Expedition 33 is better than FF6 in every way. That's an interesting chest message. Well, crap. And I had to preface that first part. You know I like FF6, but it's not going to be the best scoring game we've ever covered, right? He puts FF6 on a way higher pedestal than I do. And, yeah. I know, right, Melkor Blade? I'm not super worried about it. I'm pretty sure Expedition 33 is a good game. I just don't think it's going to be the second coming of Christ. Like, I've been down this rodeo before. I remember pretty much every major good game that's come out in the last 30 years that everyone said was the best game ever made, ever. Yeah. That's something I noticed in earlier battles. These guys like to do that. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is probably the other most recent example of the, you know, I call it a second coming of Christ game because people way overestimate some of these games. Good game? Sure. Cat? Not as much. Oh, what happened to yours on Falkenstein? Yeah, only once per generation is a good game allowed to come out, lest the curse be revealed. Actually, I do have a very boring theory about it, because it's my job to be as boring as possible. It's basically what Mr. Red just said, though. Nice. It's the 56th chest, but you already said that. I think most people don't have that much experience with games. Ooh, prevents fainting. Nice. Literally, just that's it. That's the theory right there. I think that most people don't have as much of a lexicon of experience when it comes to gaming. So they encounter a damn good game, and to be clear, most of these games are damn good games, and they're like, and they're just blown away by it. I mean, imagine if most of the movies you've ever seen in your life are cinematic Sith movies. And then all of a sudden you see like a masterpiece film. It's, oh my god, you know.
Nicely done.
That's actually a bad example, but I couldn't miss the opportunity to use cinematic Sith's name there. For real, though, like, imagine someone who's done nothing but watched, say, Illumination films. Let's use a specific example, right? So, oh, that sucks. I am sorry about Falkenstein. There's a reason I have multiple backup copies of this. So, they've seen nothing but Illumination films. And then they see any actually good animated film. Doesn't matter what it is. Spider-Verse, Transformers 1, one of the actually good Pixar films, one of the actually good Disney films. And yeah, and they just, oh my god, this film is so incredible. And then they meow about it. As you open the chest, a number of trapped, screaming souls come swirling out. That's probably normal. Yeah, exactly. Imagine that your experience with movies is Minions, and then you watch K-pop Demon Hunters. Again, I'm not really being facetious. I'm not doing a bit. This isn't a joke. I legitimately think that this is just normal.
That takes care of that.
Most people probably don't have that spread of experience when it comes to whatever. Music. How many of you have ever been through this yourself when you didn't really realize how much of a insert genre fan you were of music until you encountered a song in it? And, hang on, here's the bonus part. Whatever that song was wasn't actually all that good. It was just your first exposure to it that made you go, oh my gosh.
you came up short.
And again, the same thing applies to movies, shows, books, games. And yeah, I should raise my hand on all of this, by the way. You know, honestly, that's actually probably a perfect example of a song to use as an analogy here, because Bring Me to Life is a damn good song. It's an orange song. But I know several people who treat it like it is the purple song, because that was their exposure, or their first exposure, or however you want to think of that. Is that seriously male only? What's all this male only crap? Start it. You see a kitten curled up in the chest. Aw, it's so cute. As a result of acute kittenitis, you forget to take whatever else was left inside. Stuff like this is why I usually, when it comes to games, don't recommend the best of a given genre, franchise, etc. Because, well, of course I don't. I usually recommend something that I think will be a good gateway. Has anyone seen Sour Cookie? I think she's off working right now, so couldn't possibly be here. Hello, cat. Can I help you? Hey. Is there something you desire, cat? See if we can lure him out a bit. Come on, group up, group up. Group up. Group up more than you're grouping up. Gosh darn it. I don't think I've heard that song. Oh. Not that I'm exactly very musically prolific, but whatever. That didn't kill it. What if those buffs stack? So they just keep buffing each other as they die. Ever notice nobody else is running around looting these things? Why do you think that is? That's a good question. Why are we the only ones looting stuff? Oh, weird when you think about it. Have they released an Expedition 33 art book? Anyone know? I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, screw it, let's do that. Aha! Another one of these things. Death Bunny from Hell with ads. Okay. That's interesting, Mr. Red, is the word I'm going to use. I think it's a safe word to use. Of course.
Here I come!
Canceling my attacks there. Appreciate you. A while ago, I sat down and was like, alright, I'm going to look up what are considered the best country songs ever made. Oh no, all of the chests have loot. It's just after you loot them, you can then check them for the empty messages. And I was just curious if I liked country or if there was a country song I liked. I dutifully listened to all of them, and I hated every single one of the songs. I actually felt kind of bad. A lot of them had really interesting and legitimately good lyrics, but oh my god, the music. It's a good quote, Mr. Ed. I can't stand the song. Freebird 100% does not count as country. Yeah, country. See, I thought maybe I liked country because it's the coffee thing, right? Hear me out for a second. So I can't stand the taste of coffee. But there's actually several coffee-flavored things I rather enjoy. So I thought, maybe it's one of those situations. No. No, you know what my favorite country song is? The entire soundtrack of Red Dead Redemption 2. Which is not country, for reference. There's an approach to country, which is, it's immediately recognizable. It's very meandering. The whole song feels lazy. I don't mean that as an insult, by the way. But, like, the way it approaches its rhythm and the way its melody kind of does its own thing, right? Like, it's just... Do do do, bum bottom, ba-doo. Do 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 do, bottom. Right, like that. That's kind of the sway of what a country song sounds like. I can't stand it. It's not like there's no design to it. There's obviously is. It's just kind of doing its own thing at its own pace. Country also, by definition, doesn't require any instruments other than one, a guitar, usually an acoustic guitar. And I think that helps to inform that kind of approach to the music. Now, you can have a band doing country, but you don't need it, right? You can just have it be one dude with a guitar can play a country song and do a good job of it. Let's do this. Yeah, that's a great way to put that. A hammock swaying with a beer bottle. That's the vibe that country gets across, and it's not me. It's not my thing. Yeah, pianos in country music are very common too. And again, one instrument. Johnny Cash is a very talented country singer, which I give a lot of credit to. I have only ever liked one song of his, and it's actually a cover.
Oh, are we done already?
Points if you can guess what that is before I even tell. Yeah, bingo. You got it immediately. It was Hurt. It's an extremely good cover. Frankly, I think it's better than the original. But I've actually heard several of his more traditional country music, and yeah, not my thing. Very talented. Not my thing. Let's go left first. Go!
Nicely done.
Strange, this chest had something before, at least. Something in this chest, but you imagine all the things it could have been. Anyway, sorry, it was just a random thought that occurred to me because we were talking about music and genres we're not sure liked and blah, blah, blah. It just kind of sprang into my head because that amused me. I wonder if I actually like country music. Nope. Okay, this is already branching too much.
Enjoy the show.
But yeah, Freebird 100% doesn't qualify. I don't know what genre it legally qualifies as, but if that's not country. Music, as with most things, blends genres a lot, but it's not that, black and white. Same thing with anything. Movies, games, books, art. It helps that Cash is a damn good singer, too. Sorry, I really should say was, or whatever.
Piece of cake.
Worst cover I've ever heard? Look, I know you think it'd be wonderful if we could just loot infinite amounts of treasure from the same chest, but no. Check as many times as you want. Nothing will ever be in here again. My favorite chest message so far is, see you again in New Game Plus. Yeah, I was going to say, honestly, I think several Queen covers are not great, but like, worst cover? Actual worst? That's tough. I'm not coming up with anything super memorable, to be honest with you. Most of the covers I remember are the better ones, the ones I held on to. Ooh. Marilyn Manson did a cover of This Is Halloween from Nightmare Before Christmas. I recommend it, by the way. Oh no, Olivier's dying. What do we do?
Enjoy the show.
I'm actually not a huge Manson fan, but they've done, I think, 3 songs I liked, and that's one of them. I guess I'm not a huge Anyone fan. I shouldn't say that.
Oh, are we done already?
Meaningless information. You look at the chest looks at you. You both know that neither of you have anything left to give.
Piece of cake.
Would you believe I don't think I've ever heard any Taylor Swift songs? If I have, I didn't recognize it as hers. No, you wouldn't hear a hot take. I think Hatsune Miku is overhyped. There you go. There's my hot take of the day. Really? Like, she's Muzak? I didn't know that. Boss time. Alright, what are you? You have a shadow and are tangible, so I somehow doubt you're a ghost. Have to be so kind to introduce yourself, then? Welcome, my guest, to my humble transient abode. I receive you with open arms. Your host will not disappoint, I assure you. It's exactly as you and Paula described it, Estelle. So you're the ghost who's been disturbing Ruan? Indeed I am, Princess Chloe. It's the greatest pleasure to meet you in person at last. How do you know who Chloe is? My pet, there's nothing, no item or secret on this plane or above which I cannot take. Ah, but I am uncouth and have not introduced myself to my guests. Allow me, then. I am Enforcer number 10. Oh my god, it's the Gimmick Squad. It's the Gimmick... I told you this is going to be a thing. Enforcer number 10, the mysterious gentlemanly phantom thief, Blue Blanc. That's to say, Enforcer number 10 of the Society of Ouroboros. Okay, I told you it'd be plot related. I didn't think it would literally just be an enforcer. Don't mistake me, I can like the Gimmick Squad. I liked it in Chrono Trigger. I liked it in Secret of Mana. I liked it in FF7. I'm actually struggling to think of other examples. It's the Gimmick Squad. It's not. I think it's the Goldfish Poop Gang or something like that is what it's officially called. I don't like that term, so I don't use it. The idea here is, yeah, Pokemon has several of these. It's a recurring squad of people who all are gimmicky. They're different in their attacks. They're different in their styles. They usually have very one-dimensional characters, but like they really exaggerate that one character trait. Usually to the point of, like, ridiculousness or obsession, right? Organization 13 from Kingdom Hearts is another one. It's an extremely common trope. The Mystic Trio in Chrono Trigger, or the Bodyguards in Secret of Mana, are the two examples I just gave. The Turks in FF7. Yeah, the Ginyu Force in Dragon Ball Z. Such murderous, withering glares. I assure you they are not necessary. Today, I'm merely here to perform a simple, trivial experiment. Not even the slightest hair on my body has any intention of conflict with you. Wait, that's the Black Ornament. The Gospel. Quite, except unless my eyes deceive me, this one's even larger than the last. Interesting. It's as you said, then. You already know of these. The Gospel I hold is a new model developed for the purpose of experiments such as this. Ozzy, Slash, and Flea, Dream Whisperer. Yeah, Bleach does this a lot with the captains and with the Arrancar. Naruto did this a lot. Yeah, Foxhound. In fact, every Metal Gear Solid game has a gimmick squad. 1, 2, 3, and 4 all have that. Although in 4 they went a different direction with it. Very weird direction. Anyways. Test, what are you doing here exactly? What indeed, as they say, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Allow me to show you it in person. The ghost. No, it seems to be a projection of some sort cast in the air using the device. I've heard of such a device being invented. Naturally not. This is a hologram projector we developed. Of course, the projector on its own can cast images a little farther than this, but with the power of a gospel, one can do such things as this. What's a break, Mr. Red? Yeah, X-Men arguably has this too. Like I said, it's an extremely common trope. It's even understandable why it's a trope. It's a trope because you want to have recurring antagonistic forces that you can sequentially make your way through, and you want them to be memorable. That's it. That's all that's required for the trope to exist. I mean, this is a very low-key example of this, but River City Ransom on the NES has this trope, with each of the gang leaders. Well, the concept is clear enough, I think. The good citizens of Iran received a once-in-a-lifetime performance. They should be thrilled. This whole thing has been for the purpose of creating a few pranks. Pranks. Such an insult to my performances. It was a gift of enjoyment and distraction to a city suffering the stresses of a heated election. Can you not see the beauty of such a gift? Okay, I kind of get what you're doing, I think, but, like, why? Why'd you scare so many people? What does Ouroboros have planned? It is not my place to speak the mind and purpose of the Grandmaster, forgive me. Why I myself am here assisting the plan, however, simple. I've come seeking an audience with you, Princess Claudia. Your beautiful pride, which was on magnificent display when you brought justice upon the old mare. I agreed to participate in this plan to claim that beauty for my own. I've waited this day on pins and needles for months. You cannot imagine my joy. Justice Bond, you mean what happened with Mayor Dalmore? What the hell do you know about that? I was a fly on the wall for that little event. Or perhaps a shadow. Like this, for example. The Master is speaking with Duke Doonan, you see. You at the Dalmore Mansion. A phantom thief is in essence a worshipper of beauty. We chase it, we covet it, and that which is prideful cannot help but captivate us. Princess, your pride has stolen my heart. Indeed, you have stolen the heart of a phantom thief. What a sweet humiliation this is. My pet, how do you intend to atone for such a slight upon me? I don't really... Such perfect self-absorption. It's like a certain someone I know. Oh, I beg, do not compare me to that. So you're an agent of Ouroboros. You are what I was expecting, but... If you're gonna try and hurt Chloe, I'm definitely gonna stop you. Well, in accordance with the laws of the Bracer Guild, you are hereby under arrest and charged with intrusion and theft. We have a number of questions for you, including ones about the gospel. Please surrender quietly. A boorish arrest. Me. Well, it would be invigorating to have a little fracas. I did choose this place for a reason. I shall allow him to be your opponent, I believe. I would say I have a bad feeling, but somehow I feel it's too obvious. You're right, I didn't guess the butler dude was this guy. I did notice the side quest dude, the port dude, which they never... What in God's name is that? Yes, thank you, Estelle. It's it's armored centaur machine. With drill swords. It seems he was once the guardian of this place. Oh, the poor chap was half broken when I arrived. I repaired him out of the kindness of my heart, you see. Since he's here, I think you could serve a worthy opponent, don't you? Okay. Oh, that sucks. Oh, he's basically immune to wind, too. And resistant to fire. What? Okay. What? What? Cat? What? 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 Okay. Yeah, by the way, these ads, when they die, buff everyone else in the field. In case you forgot that. He's got some health, too. They actually already mentioned, if you're paying attention, that most of the gimmick squad is going to be doing their own things while accomplishing the overall goals. They all have their own objectives, I think is how they explained it. Campanella, I think, was the guy who was talking with... Oh, God. I don't remember his name. Joshua's other dude. Ron Weissman. Which makes sense. They're a gimmick squad. They're all doing their own thing. And if we're to follow the pattern, that would mean there's at least one member of the gimmick squad who's very actually, like, serious and devoted to the overall situation. You know, devoted towards main goals. And whoever they are, they're the actual deadly serious one you need to be careful of. Probably Triaxia. Real life is pretty sexist. I mean, most of these mechas so far have been salvaged. So, that's probably where that's primarily coming from. I should test my melee damage against this guy. Not too shabby. Yeah, there's just mechs here now. Don't mind them. They're part of the decor. See, I'm not just ignoring the ads because they're going to buff him, but I know it takes them forever to get into melee range. So if I can just push out enough damage before they get here, this might not be a terrible issue. Oh yeah, this also was a school, so naturally they'd have Doom mechs here. I've seen Cold Steel, I know how this works.
Here I
Listen, Cold Steel involves schools and mechs. I don't know what you want from me. Therefore, they're exactly the same thing, QED. Just you have to kill the ads now. I figured that would be the end of the fight, honestly. What, these Tomberries? Self-buffing Tomberries? Listen, as long as Daybreak has women with giant boobs, schools, and mechs, we'll hit every checklist? No. Everything on the checklist. Whew, we won, I think. Yeah, it was a bit of a struggle. Now then, you are, I hope, prepared for the consequences of what you've done. Really not such a lack of elegance in your fighting styles. I hope for better. Now, if I must, let me show you a proper example of elegance. Lame! Interesting shadow effect there. Is this shadow sewing? Oh, so he extended our shadows and then he put his knives into our shadows. This is another thing about gimmicky stuff. They usually have, for lack of a better way to put it, they usually have rules magic about them. In other words, it's the superpower thing for most comic books, right? I can control your shadow, even when that makes no logical sense. Apologies, my guest. I must ask you remain here from this point forward. I'm surprised when Dalmore's treasure did this. However, we enforcers such abilities are trivial, even without such crutches. You're too careless. Sieg! There you are, courageous little white knight. Your chivalrous bravery is admirable, but I must ask you remain still a while. Ah, Princess Cloudy, you are now a prisoner to my desires. How does it feel, I wonder? I do not think this will break me. Even if you bind my body, you'll never enslave my heart. As long as I'm myself, you will never take me. Yes, yes, those eyes! Those eyes that shine with such beautiful pride, which say, I will never break. That shine is what I desire. Dude, you have got to get some help. Yeah, the gimmick team is just a trope. Like any other trope, it can be good, bad, or in between. Creepy mask dude, get the hell away from Chloe. Creepy mask dude, really try to not understand the beauty of this mask. I have a very dim understanding of refinement, pet. I ask you, be silent. My apologies, you simply made a very crude mistake. I'm afraid I couldn't help but give an innocent chuckle. Oh, this should be amusing. In the way watching a pig wallow in the mud is captivating. What exactly is my mistake, Bard? I certainly would deny Claudia's beauty, not even for a moment. Her beauty, however, extends far beyond the estimation of your frail, tasteless aesthetic which provides. You may approach her again when you have learned the first thing about beauty, Jester of the Grandmaster. What? Your words are bold in the face of death, Erebonian. What gives a vagabond musician scum such as yourself any right to insult my sense of beauty? Choose your next words carefully, for they will determine your fate. I'll phrase them as a question. What is beauty? Tut tut. You disappoint. I expected more than such foolishness. Beauty is pride, a distant light gleaming far above mortal cares. Any other answer can even be allowed? I think not. Really, I can't even laugh at such an answer. True beauty, Blue Blanc of Ouroboros, is love. What? Beauty only exists because people are brave enough to love. And without love, without the bonds of affection and camaraderie that bind us together, beauty is not but a hollow illusion. The prideful and the humble shine as diamond in love. How childish. Love is the hollow illusion, you clotting jongleur. Beauty is an absolute. Its existence does not depend on transient human emotions. Just as the flower that blooms on the highest mountain, unseen by man, remains beautiful in anonymity. Cloddish jongleur indeed. Also much for raw terror and suspense at any rate. Not quite sure how to say all this. Never would I have expected to find a proper rival in the ways of beauty among such ruin. Musician, give me your name. Olivier Lenheim, wandering bard, hunter of love, roaming to and fro in search of perfect manifestation. I should remember that name. Finally found you guys. Yep, and she's gonna take a picture. Sorry, I know you said to wait, but you guys are so couldn't wait anymore. Dorothy, run away, please. Ass man in white clothes, you're the ghost. You are. They say cheese. Yeah. Which got rid of the shadows briefly. Although probably should have only been briefly. What? Okay, that's... Even though I don't know what I did, leave it to me. It's been an age since I've been entertained, so... You have my thanks, my guests. What else do you intend to do? I'm going to end our revelry for tonight. Forgive me if I've seemed an ungracious host. It appears, however, I must take stock of my assumptions about you. So you know why the Black Fang takes such an interest in you. Joshua, we're old acquaintances in a sense. The reason you came to my attention at all was because I noticed that shock of black hair and those amber eyes with you. Though his memories have returned to the stage of his mind, I wonder where he's rehearsing. Of course they can teleport away. What do you think this is? Not a JRPG? The true plan is but started. I would gird yourself for long labors and suffering if you intend to oppose us further. 12 games of suffering! I do intend to keep our little game going on the side. Until next we meet. I can't believe it. It's like a magic trick. Most impressive. I suppose it behooves me to take him as my rival. Oh, we're so beyond worrying about rivals here. You look like some pervo ballroom freak, but that power is not normal. Indeed. Ouroboros. Lawrence isn't an exception, then. All the enforcers must be that powerful. And we'll be killing them over the next 12 games, or 13 games, or whatever. Look, Sarani. I only half believed Cassius when he told me his secret society up to no good, but here's a reward. Thanks. Yes. We're F rank now. Woo! If Ouroboros can produce something like that, a holographic projector, they're far more capable than we thought possible. Never mind producing another gospel as casually as most people obtain a pair of shoes. The real objective seems to have been performing experiments with the new gospel. The fuss about the ghost was little more than the whim of a man in charge, really. He called himself Enforcer Number 10. I guess Enforcer's probably a title for ranking agents. I put Pony on the man we know as Lieutenant Lawrence being another one. Estelle? Yeah, I know. Black Fang. That's what Joshua called himself the night he disappeared. Joshua's also an enforcer, I bet. Yep. 11-year-old enforcer. Given his age, I never thought he'd be able to match something like that Phantom Thief. Somehow I doubt he ever showed us what he was really capable of. Yeah, maybe. Hey, Jean? Phantom Thief guy said the Society's plans had only just begun. I think they've got plots and stuff all over Liberal. Have you heard anything from the other branches? Anything weird? Nothing that stands out. I bet you're right, though. They're starting to act in the shadows all over Liberal. When a little ghost fuss is over, it might be wise for you to head somewhere else. We should go somewhere else, Kevin. Yes, we should. Yes, we should. But first, it has been imposed upon me that I need to do the unthinkable. I must pull up a walkthrough. Because even though this is a better game, they still like to hide their frickin' side quests. Okay. Yeah, so, side quest time. So we should head to Zeiss next. Woo! Where do you get off taking the lead in? Hold on, 4? Naturally, you and Shira, and then myself and Miss Chloe. What? I thought this might come up. You're certain you wish to come with us? The search for Joshua is my mission as a hunter of love. Not to mention the matter of my new rival. That should be reason enough, I think. Okay, wait. Leaving your total friggin' insanity aside for a second. Don't drag Chloe into this too, you jerk. She doesn't even want to come with. No, actually, I was going to ask for the same thing. What? This malicious, mysterious society is operating within the borders of the barrel, plotting who knows what. As what I am, I cannot simply ignore what they are doing. I must act. Besides, I'm going to help Joshua, and you. How about your classes? This morning I sent a letter to the dean saying I'll be taking a break. My exam scores are excellent anyway. I have all the credit I need to move on to next year anyways. I talked to Jill and Hans. They insist I go. Sorry, I suppose I'm shoving my way. I can remain behind if you prefer. No. If you really want to come, I'd love to have your help. Besides, we need to hook up. We need to kill Joshua and then comfort each other and be like, I can't believe he's really gone. If only there was someone who was still here with me, and they embrace, they hold each other tight. That's it. Hug. That's all you're getting. So yes, the Red Knight and the Blue Knight need to go find their lost princess. They're 16. They're just hugging. End of chapter 1. 800 to go. But yes, to answer you in simplicity surrounding, I do think this is a better game than the first one, top to bottom. I can pretty much prove that, actually. So the fate comes to an end, but the passion it left in my heart still burns within me. Ah, my only solace is to wait in the pale moonlight and the cool breeze of the sea to still my heated blood. Now, do you think we're about to see a preview of our next member of the Gimmick Squad? Or are we going to see a previous member to help establish this one? Ah, previous member it is. You really are perfectly punctual, my friend. It would not hurt you to learn to be fashionably late, you know. Sorry, but punctual's what I am. Lawrence? Now, what's your report? Oh, don't be boorish and hurry so. Yes, this has been a grand evening. Allow me to savor it a little up. Really? I'll take that as a report of, I really like them, then. Like, the lovely princess has stolen even more of my heart. It's a miracle I let you live, I tell you. What's more, I met a rival in the arena of beauty and aesthetics. A rival? Me? I shall be quite busy these next few weeks, I think. You really are hopeless. You're all going to pursue your hobbies, but don't let them interfere with the plan. You need not worry on that score, my friend. On that note here, take it. Very good. So how did your experiments go? Yes, call it 90% success rate or so. The hologram projector can accurately project for many hundreds of cell. First 2 or so projections were miserable failures, I'm afraid. After the third, however, the device worked flawlessly. So, no, Malcorblade, I don't want to kill all my voice actors. God, could you imagine? You'd also kill me, because I'd have to edit the whole thing together. And direct the entire game. Could you imagine doing direction for this entire game? Because I can. Some cause for concern, but not much. It does function. I'll report to the professor at once. Possible. Truly, it's far beyond contemporary technology. I don't simply mean its ability to negate ordnance. I know it's made by the 13 factories. The what? How exactly does it work? I'm not sure. I'm not privy to the details. According to the professor, these phenomena are just the tip of the miracle. Oh, so it's the stuff of miracles, is it? Miracles are the providence of she who dwells above alone. What does he mean, I wonder? Regardless, a few more experiments should make the potential of the Gospels clearer. That. Oh, we've had a number of unexpected actors coming to the stage at night. Now, how shall this cameo end, I wonder? That's up to how our hidden mouse responds. Come on, mouse, cry for us. Woohoo! Not sure who the little mouse is, but your life is spared, it seems. Think ideas for your life, bro. Oh, bring on the bear. Android, no mole. Damn, I coulda. Hello, cat. Ah, thank you, Ideas Saints, and everyone else for forgetting. I'm forgetting for saving your humble servant. Hi, Kevin. I need to be told him. Like, I need to be told to give praise to the goddess. Yes, okay, fine. Yes. Relax, relax. I gave you a place to relax. Relax. Monsters, though. So those are the enforcers of Ouroboros, huh? Kevin's pure evil. See, the irony, Mr. Ed, is now you want to celebrate, right? But you've been celebrating this whole time to keep up. So the obvious answer is to celebrate again, but for different reasons. We lost Dorothy. No! I'm not actually being facetious. Sorry, I realize I joke a lot. It's easy to get caught up in what you've already done and have that affect what you're about to do. Don't forget that you still need to do things, regardless of what has just happened. Just don't forget what just happened, either. Okay, so, we need to go to the casino. The husband up and decided out of nowhere he wants to pursue a full-time career in gambling. Ugh. It's about the stupidest thing I've ever heard come from that mouth of this. And anyone stop him. You've got to stop my husband. Uh-huh. But you're not giving me money to go stop your husband. Oh wow, they're not in bunny suits. I'm actually shocked. Oh, whatever, I got money. It is your wit, sir. Well thought, my good man. Just not well enough to face me. How do I, like, make him stop gambling? No! Oh, thank God, I'm safe. Almost had to play blackjack. Oh wow, I can increase my RNG by 2. Souvlaki is a Greek dish. I forget which one, but it's good. It's one of the ones I like. Gyros are kind of your traditional throw. What most people think of when they think of Greek food here in the States is gyros, but there's a bunch of good stuff. Sorry, no hookers to go with the blackjack. How do I make him stop? How do I kill him? Okay, so, like... It feels like the quest hasn't even triggered, though. She's supposed to give me money to buy medals to fight him, but that's not happening. So, whatever. There, 1,000 Mira. Hi, Act. I bet everything. 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 Everything! Damn it, let me bet everything. Much better than the first one. Okay, so what? Okay, I'm just gonna skip this side quest because I can't seem to be able to trigger the damn thing. So next. Yeah, I don't know why it won't trigger. So, whatever. Moving on. Oh, is this like a formal quest? I might explain it. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yep, you're right. Hi. Please stop my husband from gambling. Okay, I will stop your husband from gambling. He's playing poker and he's terrible at lying. That's amusing to me. Okay, Oh man, Dragon Quest XII has such a great casino. Now the real question is, do they have good Dolmadas there, Mr. Red? Power on the draw. I feel invincible. You fought well, good man. You just had the wrong opponent. It's, oh god. Someone type this out. Dolmades, I believe. Dolmadas. It's stuffed grape leaves. But that doesn't really describe what they are. I love dolmadas. It's actually one of my favorite Greek foods. Do you have the mirror? I'm not taking any cheap bets. 1,000 mirror. How's that? It's a mighty wager. Fearless, aren't you? Fine, I'll take you guys on. Which one is going to be my opponent? Or maybe all three of you if you want to have a piece of the Fellamaster at the same time. I'm not playing Old Maid here. In that case, good customers, would you like to variant to poker? Sounds like just what we're looking for. What are the rules? Both sides choose a lineup of contenders and settle the match over 3 rounds. Round is normal poker, and the first team to win one match wins. However, your team can only fold 1 time. If you fold, the rest of the team has no choice but to challenge. Excellent. One of us can sit this one out. Chloe will sit out. Students are forbidden to gamble by school rules. Yeah. I don't want you to think I'm trying to skip on our job. It's kind of awkward for me. Yeah, gambling sucks. It's cool. Gambling's not exactly a healthy part of your daily balanced school curriculum. It doesn't matter if there's 3 or 5. I'll win every match. We should pick based on our gambling prowess. Full disclosure, I have like 0 confidence in my card skills. I was always lost to Joshua. I bet you're pretty confident, right, sure? Use cards and fortune telling, so I can picture you knowing a thing or two about gambling. I know a little. I've also got an ace up my sleeve for the worst case scenario, too. it's a secret unless we need it. It's her boobs. And I believe we'll have Shira take up the final step. Could be a good fortune fail. Us will certainly need it for that extra bit of luck. I prefer to take up the middle. The second match will likely be part of Gertil's strategy, and I have some confidence in my card game. Estelle is first. Ooh. Yep. Mash. Yes, I know how to play poker, thank you. Okay. My lucky streak strikes again. My first round, I've already got a great hand. I've got this in the bag. Must have an impressive hand. If that were truly the case, I can assure you he'd be much quieter about it. Remember, you can't challenge an opponent who chooses to fold. He's hoping our girl recognizes that. Okay, should I swap out for a shot at a big hand or keep an easy one? I should swap one pair. Three cards. No change. I got a pair, so at least I got an okay hand. You're so obvious, Estelle. I thought he could read her the way we can, but when can I be too careful? If things go shower, I'm sure it'll be plain as day. I heard she was bad at this. Understatement of the century. This fell right into my hand while I was waiting. I'm a good challenger. His behavior's no surprise. I wonder how confident he really is. Got a pair, but it's up to his hand if I win or not. Should I fold or challenge him head on? I shall challenge! Challenge. What? Are you sure I've got a really, really great hand? Yeah, whatever, I don't care. If it's that good, why don't you hurry up and bring it on? I could win with this hand if I challenge, but... No, I'll fold. With that, sir, I'm afraid you can no longer fold starting with the next round. Yeah, this is actually kind of neat, the way they're doing this. I figured this would actually be the game, not a series of text prompts, but... With the peanut gallery over there, it's kind of interesting, because it's still the player's choice, right? And yeah, they're actually giving poker tips for people who don't know how this works, which, if we're being honest, is probably most of the players of this game, so that tracks. You did more than winning. Our opponent is now cornered. Almost forgot you can only fold once. Exactly, we won the first match. It takes one win from him for us to lose the bet. Agreed, we'll have to proceed carefully. Next match. Quite possible, sir. After all the talk you did, I am so not going to go easy on you if you lose. I'll now begin dealing your cards. That's not a good hand. That's actually a terrible hand. Here? No, I might come here. He seems kind of hesitant. Yes, his expression is different. We should probably assume he's got a pretty good hand. What to do? Should I reach my hand out or distract my foe? Either would make for a worthy spectacle. Exchange all. Leave the pair. Will you be changing cards? 3, please. I'll take 2. Okay, so for those of you not aware, 2 pair is actually, ironically, a very good hand in poker. I don't know what you're thinking. Isn't that like one of the lowest things? Yes, but in terms of actual math, in terms of statistics, if you will, 2 pair is pretty uncommon. If you get 2 pair, there's a very high chance you will win whatever match you're on. Most matches of poker end with someone winning with a pair. So, and again, that's just statistics. I can't read his face at all. What the heck are you thinking, Olivier? He has a surprisingly strong poker face, doesn't he? Alright. I'm okay. That's a very restrained reaction compared to before. Make a big hand? I'm not going to comment on the fact that we're sitting behind someone who's playing poker. We will fold. Our foe is already folded once. He will have to challenge. It's dangerous to corner a wounded beast. Normally, I would stand on two pair, but he clearly has a good hand. Like an actually good hand, so we're going to walk away from that. You seem quite disappointed. I've wasted a good hand of yours. You have my most heartfelt apologies. No, it's nothing like that. I didn't have much of a hand either. So look at that, he folded. He probably figured out the odds were in Felio's favor. I've returned, my love. Did you see my calm and expert assessment of the situation was flawless? But did Felio really have a good hand? If he challenged, he might have won. I'd say it's almost a certainty he had a much stronger hand than mine. Considering he already had a good hand and he rotated 2, he probably had a 3 of a kind. And yeah, that's an extremely good hand in normal poker. Now that both sides are folded, neither of us can back down from the final round. Yes, exactly. We'll be settling this cleanly in the next match. Next is Shira's turn, huh? Cool. I got a hunch things will work out just fine. We'll see if Ideos is in a generous mood. You ready for the final match? Well then, sure. Let's see what we can do. I'll try not to disappoint. We're both prepared, I hope. We'll now begin the final match. Let's see you around, Act. Have fun. Okay. That's an interesting spread. Tell me to chase the better hand. How's my opponent looking? God, it's here. Could it be? No, it's nothing. Don't worry about it, really. Ah, what a cruddy hand. Oh man, I'm done for. He's changed his tone. Yeah, it's acting like he's got a good hand. How will you proceed in turn, Shiro? One look at this clear fellow who's got a big hand. In that case, a normal hand stands a high chance of losing. So, we have 3 spades here. Going for that is stupid under normal circumstances, but since we're back up against the corner, stupid becomes only. So since that is our only option, two cards. And he takes 1. Wow. I don't know, Surokiki, admittedly. I guess, obviously, of course, I don't know. I've never played this game. I'll show first. Ooh. Royal Straight Flush. Isn't that the strongest hand? Second strongest, and also insanely unlikely. What? Sorry, I think it was my imagination. I believe the game has strong and weak suits, yes? I'm afraid we can't call your hand the greatest yet. My hand is the same, a royal flush. However, the Queen of Spades, it seems, has smiled on me. No way! It certainly is decisive. Yeah, the odds of getting a royal flush are ludicrously low. And then there's like, there's the royal flush, then there's a straight flush, and then I forget the exact order. It's like flush, straight, full house, and then 4 of a kind. And everything I just mentioned is stuff that you're incredibly unlikely to see in a typical poker match. This match is yours, miss. Ooh, my goodness. Please check your wager. I'll take that money. But we won. I can't believe it. What a splendid turn of events. Yeah, only in fiction does someone win the big match with a royal flush, because it's the big match, and you get it. It's fiction. I get it. I like Maverick. It's a good film. I can't believe you turned that around. You're just the best. Good show. Yeah, then ace high. It's been a while since I was that nervous. I'm just glad I didn't stumble all over myself. I've actually seen a surprisingly large number of poker matches determined by who has the highest card. If you don't know what I mean by that, if you have nothing, you don't even have a pair, and neither does the other person, then you just see who has the highest card. I've got an ace high, you've got a king high, so I win, right? Wait a sec. No way. Oh, didn't you realize? I thought you and Olivia had seen through it. I can't believe you. You. No wonder something was off. You know how it goes. Sometimes it takes a thief to catch a thief. Alright, let's go report to the client. I don't think they noticed, but it's probably best if we don't linger. Jesus, Mace. 5 of a kind. What? You straight up really beat my husband? Yeah, it was tough. We took him down. Here's your wager. The 1,000 mirror has doubled after I win. Ah, you can keep that. I think it was making up for how cheap the job pay was. You sure? I mean, I'm grateful, but you know. I don't know if your husband will learn his lesson just because he lost against us. And if he doesn't, I'm sure the casino will finish the job. They're professionals in their own right, after all. No way they'll let my husband keep this winning streak of his. Yeah, in real life, I think I've mentioned this before. If you have a winning streak in real life in a casino, what will happen is some very serious, very calm-looking people will come over and ask you to come with them. And then you will be treated to someone having a very calm, careful discussion with you, keeping you distracted while they check everything that they have to make sure you're not cheating. And when they have determined that you are not cheating, they will politely ask you to leave, and if you don't, they will cut you off from being able to gamble for the remainder of the day, or week, or month, or ever. Casinos don't like winners. Persistent winners. I should be more clear about that. So the actual reason I brought up that walkthrough... okay, so let me pull up all the steps here. Let's actually go out the right door this time. Ah. Yeah, no, that in case you missed the important part of what I just said, they will kick you out whether you are cheating or not. The difference is if they catch you cheating, things will go much worse. They will call the cops that they already have in their pocket to deal with that. Heard from Dorothy you guys solved our little ghost problem. Yeah, we did, but is Dorothy okay? She was yammering on drowsily about what happened. She was finished, she conked right out, so I had to put her to bed. Maybe we did drag her along with us in the dead of night. Not only that, we owe her our lives. She earned a bit of rest. A real reporter can go a good week without sleep when he's got a scoop. Oh yeah, some of the stuff she was talking about sounded wild, but she didn't really explain it all. Sure, ask us a few questions. Alright, I think I get it now. Phantom Thief B himself is in the barrel, and he's one of the Ouroboros people. I wish I hadn't heard that. Oh, you know about the Master Weirdo? Oh yeah, he's a famous thief who caused a stir in every major city on the continent. If he wants something, he'll get it. Always steals things with a big ol' show. For a Phantom, he's got a love of drama, that's for sure. So it matches the man we met at the schoolhouse. He even admitted he's Phantom Thief B from those cards, so... Anyways, thievery is one thing, but he's also the lackey of the society? I don't think Ouroboros would have use for something like him, but at the same time, if they do, that's terrifying. Now, I'm curious, do you intend to write an article on what happened? Nah, the Guild of the Royal Army asked me not to report anything to do with the society. I'll probably end up writing about someone's ill-intended crime of pleasure or something. With the coup foiled, the kingdom is beginning to settle. I do see the wisdom in this. There's little sense in terrifying the populace with the news of a dangerous secret society just yet. Yeah, I ain't happy about it as a reporter, but I guess I see where the government's coming from. So if anything happens, tell me about it, yeah? Of course. Anyways, we're off for Zeiss. Oh yeah, I got a draft to eat, but could you want to wake Dorothy? No, it's okay, it's okay. Give her her best. Okay, bye. I mean, it does kind of depend, Lord Harriman. There are statistical anomalies. And frankly, it's actually bad business to just take someone out and break their hands nowadays. Yes? Your bracers, right? Yes, you look kind of frazzled. There's something I'd like you to investigate urgently. Could you come here right now? Okay. SSR? Tara? What? I'm telling you, I didn't do it. Is this the remake? There is no remake of the second game that I'm aware of in Arkham Knight. Yet. Bear with us till the braces arrive. Once your investigation is done, you can leave. Speak of the devil, there they are. That sure was fast, Harry. Yeah, I lucked out and ran into some braces right away. This is Norman. I'm sure you've seen him on the posters around the city. One of the guys running for mayor, I think. I'm Estelle Bright of the Bracers Guild. Cheers, our Bracers Guild. What's up? I'm one of the campaigners, Dells. One of the campaigners, Dells, was injured by someone. In other words, it's an assault case. It's never a nice thing to hear. Is the victim okay? He's still here. He was unconscious for a bit, but thankfully it's nothing serious. Something good about it. Back of my head still hurts like you wouldn't believe. Back of your head, you were attacked from behind? Yes, ma'am. Right out of the blue, too. I'm taking a breather on the balcony, and all of a sudden, boonk. Sounds nasty. When did the incident occur? Give us any info that happened before and after. Today after lunch. We were checking out a potential location for a speech by the bridge. Cooper here just turned up then. When I talked to him, he said he had important business with Norman. What kind of business? Portos told me to come to apologize for the mess at the bridge. It's not like it's all my fault, but I did sort of make it worse. I see. So you came to say sorry for the scuffle. Yeah, but Norman was still very busy at the time. We asked Cooper to wait in the office area. That's when I showed him this room. I returned to the hotel not too long after. I went to the room with Harry, who'd been waiting outside, and there was Dells unconscious at the balcony. And Cooper was right there. Standing over him. I'm trying to tell you, why does that make me the criminal? He was already out cold when I reached the balcony. I understand what Cooper's saying, but it's only natural to suspect him given the circumstances. There was no one in this room except Cooper and Dells. Is that true? After I brought Cooper, I was on watch outside the door. No one entered until Norman got here. No matter how you look at it, that means these two were alone. You're absolutely positive? Yeah, it's true, but it's like I said, when I went up to the balcony, Dells was already on the ground. I hope you like it, Morganite. Beware the voice acting. Beware! The crime was already committed by the time you came, is that right? Yeah, exactly. Think ideas. Finally, there's someone who gets it. In that case, it has to be someone who entered the room before Cooper. Dells, do you remember anything? Possible someone came in. People go in and out of this office all the time, though. Even if someone had, I wouldn't have given much thought. Fair enough. It's an election office. That makes sense. At least we have a good idea what's going on. The culprit behind this attack must be one of two people. Cooper, or someone who came before him into this room. We should be able to narrow it down if we get enough proof. Think we better start questioning? If there's nothing else to be gleaned here, yeah. If you gentlemen can think of anything else, please let me know. Alright, I do have one more thing I'd like to add. There was something that occurred to me as I was looking around the room. After the incident, were there signs of been ripped around it? Not at all, just the opposite, in fact. It actually felt like it was cleaner than before. Huh? Is a serial cleaner on the loose? That sounds like a cool idea. I'll clean everything, no matter how many bodies I need to make. One way to interpret it would be to a disguise to hide the fact that the room had been searched. Of course, it appears they went too far, inadvertently arousing suspicion in the process. It's not a bad train of thought. Incidentally, who are you? I was waiting for that question. I'm a traveling... Yeah, but if nothing had been stolen, isn't that the idea that it's a disguise pretty weak? At this stage, I don't think there's any point in worrying about motive. I agree. You've grown even bolder since our last rendezvous. Your training was simply most fruitful. You are simply stunning. Just ignore him. Now, if there's nothing else here you can tell us, we should get to questioning. This is going to batch out a handle. Olivier, I see. Gosh, please let me get on with the quest. Please, 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 please. We're splitting the party. That's a great idea. He's going to be a hunter of love. We got to talk to the keeper. Yep. Talk with the keeper. Yep. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's talk to Cooper first. I only found Dells. If I'd been fighting, someone may have heard a sound, but no one said anything, did they? Of course they didn't, because I was politely seated on the sofa. That's actually an interesting point. You know, that's a good point, Push-Ups. When Cooper came to the hotel, I was in the lobby. I don't know, he looked angry, I guess. But something might happen. And then, just like I thought, something happened. Right. Why were you angry? Jacques! Oh, sorry. This is actually how Estelle would handle this. It's you! It's you! You did it, you monster! I was angry? That's crazy. If you're going to say that, Harrio's attitude is way worse than mine, I think. When he saw me, he made this real nasty face. That's right about Harry. How'd you all turn up some dirt? Him and Dills are rivals competing to be the number 2 in Norman's camp. I'm sure they couldn't come to terms and end up in a tussle. It was still you! I don't want to exit the game. Thank you. Thank you, game. You doubt even Hario. He isn't the kind of person to resort to violence. Hario's the most loyal man. He would never commit such a criminal act. Cooper only shows up for work stuff. I've heard no sounds. Master Cooper seemed generally normal. Oh. You done questioning in the office? Yeah, we're done here. How about you? It's going okay, I guess. I'm still checking out stuff. Keep it up, don't get careless. Leave it to me. You still doubt Hario? Hario's the most loyal man. He never commits such a criminal act. It's impossible for him to be the criminal. What is it? What's on your mind? If you're hiding something, you should just come out and say it. Trying to hide things only leads to bigger trouble. I'm sorry. Yes, I saw him. I saw Hario on the second floor. What was that? Right after lunch. Hario went out with Norman, but shortly after that, Hario came back and ran up to the second floor. That's kind of important to know. Estelle, pursue the lead. You got it. Nya, nya, nya. What? Oh, upstairs, right? Nya, nya. Sorry. I'm trying to get in character. Stop trying to make me leave, game. Nya. Oh, sorry. Hey, Murray. You lent us the boat when the bridge was up. We're investigating. So listen. I went to eat at Levantar today. There's always been a habit of going out to lunch as soon as I hear the bell toll. The bell toll? Bell on the Langland Bridge. Remember, it rang when the bridge went up. Oh, yeah, it did ring. Always rings at certain times. I use it as a place of a clock. That's convenient. Kind of big to use in place of a clock, though. Hey, Estelle, it might be good to ask someone else about the bell toll. Huh? Why? You should be able to clearly remember the sound of a bell, and that gives us a timeline. Very intellectual advice, Miss Chloe. Not sure you two are giggling about, but I'm glad I was able to help. So, the noon bell toll. That was about the time I was preparing the guest rooms. Once I was finished, I organized the utensils. Someone had cleaned the plates in the office, so I was able to work quickly. So, someone had already cleaned by the time the bell toll sang. Alright. The office plates were cleaned, so that means there was someone who went to the office after lunch. Cleaned up. Ugh. Exactly what kind of guest it was, I couldn't say. Only to give Evo a bow. How are you? Yeah. Make pizza, sour cookie. Make pizza like a still. Alright, I bow to the cat. Bow to the cat. Yes, that's right. Evo is secretly a cat. A sound? Thinking about it, I did hear a loud noise from above. Above here? You mean the balcony? Probably around there, yeah. It's an impressive sound, like something had run into something else with a smack. Can't recall when I saw it. Or heard it. You asked about it a second ago, didn't you? That big sound? Yeah, that thing. I remember it now. The sound happened as if it were timed to the bell, at least to my ears. So basically, I heard the sound of the bell at the same time as the big sound. That sound was caused by the criminal, then someone without an alibi when the bell rang is the criminal. Da-na-na-na! Cat mode. When did the bell ring? Oh, it went off when Harry and I were checking out the free speech site together. Harry was here too? Yes, he was already there. Just as the bell was ringing, Cooper showed up. I asked Harry to show him to the hotel. See, then it's sure. There's no connection between the sound Murray heard and Harry. Yeah, not just Harry, but Cooper in the clear, too. The sound Murray heard was just after the bell finished ringing, but... I mean, if I could get a Lego Hyperion, I would, but they don't sell those on Falkenstein. Yes, I know I could probably technically make my own, but Jesus Christ, you know what that would involve? And how expensive that would be? Legos are not cheap. At one point in time, I looked up getting my own Lego King Crab. It was going to be about $800. So... only fan-made ones, Magister. All I know is they were cleaned while I was away. So you don't know either, sir? I'm afraid not. I don't know who it was, but I worry I may have left them on a terrible impression. What do you mean? In truth, I haven't had much of an appetite lately. I left quite a lot of the paella I had for lunch uneaten. I requested that Ernest get me one of those special paellas in secret, yet left it virtually untouched. It's embarrassing to think on how wasteful that was. It must be stressful running an election. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I've heard that, Melkor Blade. We'll see, though. We'll see. Because I've seen Lego tie-ins that are honestly pretty crap. Then there's the really good ones. Ooh. Anyways. So what was Belden doing with the bell toll? Why do I lie about something like that? I was in the hotel basement, so I didn't notice at all. Went to the lavatory for lunch. Always been in the habit of going out to lunch as soon as I hear the bell toll. You have to get through the hotel to get through, right? Yep. Can't fly across the sea, now can I? Yeah, good point. So did you see anyone in the hotel? Well, Ernest was on the first floor, but the rest was real quiet. No one there? I'd say so. The basement, the first floor, it was Belden. It was Belden! No! Jacques! Norman's son was there when I came back, though. Yeah, it was Belden. Damn you, Belden. Damn you to hell. Who cleaned up the dish at the office? Don't know. I wouldn't go to that much trouble. I've been killing time at the hotel since the basement after lunch. You really in the basement the whole time? What? Why? Someone had passed through the basement right after the bell rang. According to their testimony, no one was there. That can't be right. I was right here the whole time. So he can't establish an alibi. We should probably ask about Belden. So what'd you have for lunch, Belden? After I ate lunch at the first floor, I was in the basement the whole time. Why would I lie about something like that? So, you know what? Dad's pretty unfair. He feeds us normal, boring stuff, and he gets a special paella just to himself. What? What is it this time? Did I say something weird? No, it's just... Hey, Belden, you said you ate lunch on the first floor, right? Norman ate on the second floor. How'd you know what Norman ate when you were on the first floor? Oh, that. I saw it afterwards. Obvi... Sorry, my bad. Hey, actually, I heard it from someone else. God, what is this? Ace Attorney? Let me just have perjury come spewing out of my mouth hole. Ah. I doubt any campaigners getting sick of eating the same food again and again, so I thought we'd try something different. It's nice of you to do that. That's as much a part of politics of the campaign itself. Food. I'll admit my nerves have been on edge for some time now. It hasn't been easy to keep my eyes on everything day in, day out. Sorry to hear that. It does sound rough. Putting that aside, sir, what'd you do after lunch? Harry and I immediately went to examine the place my speech was going to be held at. Harry had some other business to attend to and met me up at the site. So right after lunch, he met up with Harry outside. Alright, that's all I needed to hear. Happy to have helped. Stop doing that game. Who's your suspect? It's Belden. Ravenblaw. You have real proof, yes. First, explain the reason you discounted the original subject. Come on, it's obvious! Cooper was outside when this hound was hurt. Norman's testimony corroborates this, so we can say for sure it's accurate. If that was the sound of a crime being committed, there's a very small chance Cooper's the criminal. Nice cinematic. I hope you're enjoying it. It's a logical interpretation. Same thing also absolves Harry of his suspicion. Harry met up with Norman, so we're sure. What kind of proof do you have? He just is? He has no alibi. I have valuable testimony that refutes his alibi. Cooper and Harry have already been cleared as the culprits, so this person remains as the final possibility. Yes, it does look like they were by process of elimination, but that's nothing but circumstantial evidence. Do you have any decisive proofs? Lucky guess? I don't know if it's decisive, but something did bother me. That's the testimony about the special paella. Belden testified he ate lunch on the first floor, but somehow he saw the paella Norman ate. He even knew that Norman barely ate it. In other words, he went to the second floor. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Alright, I'm satisfied. We'll have to call him out and hear what he has to say. We can't go straight to an arrest with the proof we have on hand. I mean, we can. We're cops. We can arrest people just for being the wrong skin color. Why did you call me? I didn't do anything. Calm down. Nothing's been decided here. If you can help out with the investigation, you can go home right after. Hell? Yeah, no kidding, Lucas Slaughter. We just want you to be frank with us. Where did you go after lunch? I said it was in the basement. Just to warn you, as long as you keep lying, you're not getting out of here. You weren't in the basement the whole time. We already know that. If you didn't do anything wrong, then you should be able to be honest and tell the truth. Or is the truth too scary to admit? Fine, I'll talk. Today after lunch, I went to the office. I went to clean up. So the person who returned the plates to the front was, yeah, it was me. Everyone seemed busy, so I figured I'd clean up. I was cleaning up, I thought I'd tidy the office, but I didn't think that would happen. I committed a moida. Hold on, you're not making sense. You just cleaned up, right? Why does that have anything to do with the case? I've got an idea. Yeah, actually. I see. I understand Belden came to his room to clean, but I'm not sure how that correlates. What does that have to do with the assault of Dells? Has a lot to do with it. Let's hear him say it himself. Go on. Once I finished cleaning the room, I thought I'd head back. But since I tidied up a lot of stuff, the room was real dusty. I thought I'd open the balcony door to let air out, but my hands were full of plates, and I didn't have any choice. So I kicked the door open as hard as I could. Wait, you mean the door? Yeah, it's exactly what you think. The door is the criminal that knocked out Dells. The door flying open slammed right in the back of your head. In other words, the truth of the case is unlucky accident. So then, I'm innocent, right? Seems like it. Oh man, finally free and clear. So what a mess. Why didn't you volunteer this information at the beginning? Yes, kid. Why didn't you? You just told us things. The truth, things wouldn't have gone nearly this far. Come on, tell the truth now. Give him a break, okay? Get the courage to talk about it at the end. As the victim, I'd just like to forgive him again. It's already clear this is all a misunderstanding. Of course, I'd like him to be a little more careful opening doors in the future, if he could. Yeah, seriously. Back of the head injury? That could actually kill you. Giles, I'm really sorry. And you too, Cooper. You almost got turned into a criminal. You need to worry about me. I'm in the clear. That's good enough for me. Well, that settles things. That is our report. Seems we've taken up a great deal of your time over a big mistake. Don't worry about it. This is part of the job, too. Thanks, guys. I'm sorry. Take care. Bye. You see, I learned something today. I shouldn't kick open doors while carrying an armful of plates. As your most valued assistant, I take great pride in our completion of this most puzzling assignment. You didn't do a damn thing. But I appreciate your help, Chloe. Okay, now we're done with side quests here. Oh, Jesus, Braven. Yeah. Yeah. Double checking our side questy things coming up. Looks like that's at some point. Hey, Blade Jabal. We finished part 1 of part 0 of the prologue, if you can believe it. Porcelain's always loud in general, if that makes sense. Okay. Don't remind me, Lucas Slaughter. I've already given up all hope. I've already given in to the torture. So our fares are paid. We're about to go to Zeiss. We are good to go. We finished the 2 side quests. We're good. We actually finished all the side quests, so. No, they do, Mr. Red. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, for just 1 second there, I felt what it would feel like if the next games we played after this were Crossbell, and then after that, Cold Steel, and after that, Reverie, after that, Daybreak. Oh, look, I'm liking the second game a lot better than the first one, but the thought of playing the next 2 months of my life, or was it 4? Yeah. Of this. Oh. God. Oh, that was visceral. Okay. Hi, Dorothy. Oh, that's not Dorothy. It's the kids. My bad. We're playing the 3rd game, though. Time to say bye-bye. Man, you guys are cold. Just take it off without saying anything to us. Yeah, we might finish before Horizon comes out, and then kill ourselves. It's okay. I'll kill myself. You guys get to live. And then once we finish Horizon, we have to go back and do the remake of 1. I think it's the fact you want to keep waiting the last second to keep a surprise, Jill. Hey, all the downspout. Actually, it was Jill who let us know you were leaving. Then, yeah, then we have to play the remake of 2. Then we have to play whatever's after Horizons. Oh, God. I mean, we know Horizon ends on a massive cliffhanger, so... I don't know if every Trails of game ends on a... Is that a thing? Do they all end on massive cliffhangers? Because, I mean, they want to, like, tune in next time each time, right? So... No, it's okay. We'll pray that Joshua comes home real soon. Not every single one, okay. Come true if we all say it. Aww. Thanks, kids. Apparently Daybreak 1 does not end on that. Also, I guess Cold Steel 4 doesn't end on a massive cliffhanger so much as a post-credits kind of a thing, right? Aww. Yeah, Estelle, be careful. If something happened to you, Joshua would never forgive himself for it. Patron, I'm right here, you know. Yeah, I actually already know the Horizons cliffhanger. It's a coincidence I didn't seek it out. It's one of the reasons I was asking when Horizons was coming out in English. Racers and students both aspire to the path of knowledge in their own ways. You two have grown immensely in the short amount of time you've been here. Always remember, you never run out of things to learn. Don't become so overconfident you forget to learn. If you remember that, there's no obstacle in the world that can defeat you. Alright, there's this guy named McBurn. I don't think about it. That might be one of the only actual spoilers I know of the future stuff. Like, obviously, I know Ouroboros exists, and we don't know who the Grandmaster is, but that's not really a spoiler, is it? That's just, this is a plot thread that hasn't been concluded yet. And I know that, Reen shows up in Cold Steel, and he's a big deal. And I know, Bismarck is in Cold Steel. I don't know any details, though, just that he's there. I guess that's actually it, now I think about it. Here, are you looking at the screen, Lucas Slaughter? Do you see me here? Down in the corner. The tiny little irrelevant person in the corner here. Well, that's why I was saying, I'm not sure I know any real spoilers. Join me, Master. Wolololo. Wolololo. Now I gotta wait for Lucas Slaughter to respond. See, some people just listen to me, and I need to see if you're paying attention, if you're looking. Just for like 10 seconds. Wololo. You were merely found by the... Okay, so here's the spoiler. Looks like it did unequip everyone. It's nice. That's so stupid. Like, Zeiss doesn't have a mayor. They have a factory chief who acts as the mayor. That means they have a mayor. He was even there at the big official government meeting in the first game. Like, sure. God. Olivier, could you stop forcing the air attendant to actually brain you with your loot? The weather's great, the sky's pretty, but we're almost as ice. Should you really be drinking? Oh, come now, don't say that. Somewhere beneath this brilliant sky is my beloved Joshua. Pain must be feeling in a solitary journey. Such thoughts drive a man to drink, you see. Excuse me, that is entirely and exclusively my line. At least things never get too serious with you around. Maybe that's a good thing? Kinda, maybe. The Black Fang. I wonder if the words of the Phantom Thief had shaken you. See, I had no cause to be concerned, however. You have the will of iron, Estelle. You're worried about me? That's kind of sweet. Remember, I am a wandering bard and poet, ever in search of that pinnacle of human affection. Maidens in love shall find no greater ally than I. I don't need a staffing today, I promise. I was not teasing you. Actually, I find your relationship heartwarming. Thank you for constantly not mentioning the fact that they're brother and sister for once. These new clothes of yours, for example. You purchased them because you wish for Joshua to see you in them, yes? They look excellent, I must say. Thanks. What's the embarrassed compliments all of a sudden? Besides, Shira got me these as a present. Joshua, well, maybe he'd like them a little. What's with that look? Forgive me. It was just more than I expected. Let's leave the topic behind for a while, though. Let's treat you to a legal cocktail. Don't drink the whole bar yourself, Olivia. You'll pass out, Mr. Stop. I'll only lose myself in a drink when it's poured by a lovely lady. At least that's not something to brag about, right? Okay, deep breaths. Need to ready my camera before we land. Only chance to get the picture will be when we're landing. Hello, ma'am. Need a hand with something? This is the cargo room. It's dangerous down here, so watch yourself. Yeah, I doubt Joshua gives a damn. Or worse, he really does. One of the two. Currently our flight is over the Tirith Bay, the Barrel's gateway to the Great Sea. While slightly cloudy, you should be able to make out the coastline. I'm heading home to Zeiss. I haven't had a chance to rest a while, been working all the time. Once I get home, I want to kick back and relax for a while. Hello, looking around the ship again? I never wore the airship much before now, so it's all kind of new to me. My first work trips about and on them and getting excited too. I've never ridden an airship before all my travels. I guess the circus didn't use the airship much, huh? You guys ride around in orbital-powered carriages? No, most of our carriages were of the single horsepower variety. Mr. Harvey did have an old-fashioned orbital drive carriage, though. I think about it. Wherever your troop visited, you guys were in a lot of covered wagons. You remember! You touch your teacher's heart, my dear. Anyway, airships are still fairly common outside of the Barrel, as I understand it. Especially as civilian vehicles. Most other countries prefer orbital-driven ground-based transport. The Erebonians favor orbital-driven trains and have a large rail system connecting the major cities. And our Calvarian neighbors use orbital buses. What kind of vehicle is a bus? It's a very large orbital carriage. Like an airship. You pay in advance, it takes you from place to place. It isn't nearly as fast as an airship, but the pace is gentler. They're easy to maintain, they're quite pleasant. I've never been on a bus like that before. Speaking of which, you've been to Calvert, right? I heard you met Zinn there. Come on, I gotta hear that story. Not much to it, I'm afraid. I was on an errand for Cassius. He needed me to deliver a document to Calvert's eastern quarter. That's when I met Zinn. I can't imagine what a town full of Easterners would be like. I'm very excited. Very different culturally. And exotic. You should visit if you ever get the chance. Yeah, buses, not trains. So, Richard is in the Leiston Fortress Stockade under guard 24/7. And the Non-Aggression Pact has been signed. My own feelings towards Ereboni are complicated, to say the least. After all this time, though, it's best to reconcile. You see the 3 nights. Zeiss has stairs that move. Moving stairs. I want to ride them. Just moving stairs. I want to see the hot springs. It's like a huge bath. Train people. Train people. Taste like train. Look like people. Oh, hi, Stop. Taking a walk around the ship? Yeah, pretty much. Oh yeah, Chloe, what do you do when you need to get back to Grand Cell? Do you get the Royal Guard and fly there? No, of course not. That'd be a little obvious. I just use normal flights like everyone else. I usually go back twice a year. Once for New Year's, once for grandmother's birthday. So you're kind of used to the passenger flight, huh? Oh, but what does Sieg do then? Does he fly along at his own pace to the capital? Oh, well. Sieg. Sieg can keep up with an airship. Sorry, I'm just calling you for a moment. I was surprised. So he can follow the ship? Yeah, doesn't he want to, like, rest on the ship? Rest his wings? Sea can fly level at speeds up to 1,800 Selg per hour. Most airships cruise around half of that. But this isn't much faster than an evening stroll. Let's see. You really are better than the average Falcon, aren't you? Squee! Seek speed is the reason he's so useful for contacting the Royal Guard. If for some reason I can't use high-powered communication, nothing in the country can carry a message faster than Seek. I thought so. Remember how fast you got in touch with Julia during that thing with the mayor. Thank you for flying with us today. We'll be in Zeiss temporarily. I repeat, we will be in Zeiss temporarily. Yeah, trains. I only had limited use of trains in Factorio. And Satisfactory. I never really found much use for them in Satisfactory. But then again, I was only at nuclear power, so... Like, I had one train running oil and rubber. Plastic and rubber. And that was it. Kilika. Rather exotic name for a liberal. Sounds Eastern. What kind of woman is she? Olivier. She's a flawless administrator, and she also is a very accomplished martial artist. She's quite lovely, but she hasn't time for, frippery. I would advise caution. My interest is positively piqued. What are we waiting for, then? Let's away to... Is this the Fury of Kilika? Yes. The dock is going to collapse. Run for your lives. Everyone, please calm down. That is absolutely horrific, Brayden. Yeah, that's kind of hard to read, if I'm being honest. Okay, DSA's over. Everyone, please come to the reception in orderly fashion. Let's not panic. Don't lost its own an earthquake. It was so cool. I actually remember the first earthquake I ever had. It was down in San Diego, and on the San Andreas fault line. And let me tell you, it's weird. No text, no words I give you will explain what it feels like to have the ground shifting under your feet. Like, I know that sounds weird, but it's a very unique sensation. I've never felt anything like it since. It wasn't very strong, but attention, world. Please wait until I'm on the scaffolding before you shake again. Love, Estelle. No, this would have been way before that, Milkerblade. Remember, I'm an old man. This would have been the 80s. In fact, if I think about it, I could probably give it a year. Had to have been 88 or 87, somewhere around there. So with no serious damage to the central factory, thank goodness. The city has also remained calm for the most part. I believe there's little to worry about on that front. Yes, I understand. Please continue to do what you can. Thank you for coming, Estelle. Shirazard. I imagine your welcome to the port was quite warm. Yeah, kinda. It's been a while, Kilika. 2 months. As always, you're 2 steps ahead of everyone. Good to see you again, Kilika. Likewise, I'm glad to see you here. You two be Olivier and Her Highness Princess Claudia, I believe. Or should I say Miss Chloe Rins? I'm Kilika. I handle reception here at the Zeiss branch of the guild. No, by 89 I was in Colorado. The joke for a while, the very dark joke, was that I left California and that's when the big earthquake hit. By the way, I was also not living out there in 2000. Pleasure's ours. My word, your beauty eclipses even what I expected. Madam, allow your humble servant, Olivier Lenham, to improvise a song. According to Jean, you've both been officially registered as assistants, yes? Assistants are free to use the rest area upstairs as normal bracers do. Feel free to use it to relax, for meetings, etc. Yes, but my if you wish to play your lute, you're welcome to play it upstairs. Do restrain yourself to reasonable limits, however, if you please. Yes, I'm so boring I stabilize the weather around me. And if that sounds like a joke, and I swear this is a coincidence, when I left Kansas for the first time to go to Pennsylvania, they had a record-breaking winter storm, the likes of which they hadn't seen in decades. That's not a joke. I think Killica might be even harder on Olivier than Shira. Putting aside a repressed musician for now. I have an alibi. I was in a car. I was in a Crown Vic, driving across country by myself. I leave Texas a few years back. Look. No, I've only visited Texas. Although, it's not a normal job, but a request from the guild. In your position as the group investigating the Society of Ouroboros, I'd like you to check on something. By the way, random question, just for everyone in chat. Do you prefer Ouroboros or Ouroboros? It's different emphasis. I've actually heard people pronounce it both ways over the years. Obviously, I tend to lean towards Ouroboros. I want you to investigate the earthquake. 3 days ago, a similar earthquake occurred at Wolf 4. It lasted about 10 seconds, and the quake was not strong enough to cause any real damage. 2 earthquakes. That's worrying. There's one particularly odd point, however. The earthquake at Wolf Fort did not affect the city of Zeiss. That's localized. It is strange. If I recall the map correctly, the Wolf Fort is not far from the city. An earthquake centered there certainly should have been felt here in the city, at least to a small extent. It was a weak quake, so it's possible that we didn't notice. That's not how quakes work. Although I don't know what your fault lines look like, and you're in a fantasy setting. Can't help but feel a terrible sense of foreboding about it. No, I think I get it. Just like with our ghosts, weird stuff like this makes me curious too. We'll do what we can. So we fought someone who could make a ghost, now we're fighting someone who can make an earthquake. Let's see, this person will be a painter who is in love with paint. No, not painting, like actual paint. And wants to cover the world in paint in order to make everyone more happy. Honestly, I started drifting towards happyism there, but... Quest windows have been fine. I don't remember if they did this in the first game, but they also make it more clear the quest windows exist. Because they actually have a list right there that says... they don't. Oh, they don't? Oh, no, that's interesting. They do here, but they don't in the actual journal. That's interesting. Anyway, short term. So like this one will go away quickly. So we need to do this quickly, like right now, basically. These other ones we could probably hold off on for a bit. And it was that way back in Rouen. I think we will cut off here for the time being. Get a couple things done, get some paperwork logged in, get some of the odds uploaded, and I will see you after the lunch break.